grew up in
Argentina. I was working in a hotel, like mopping floors. That was my job. Never had a ton, but never like was lacking things.
Going back to when you were growing up, I want to figure out this journey, this process of how you've got to where you are today. You say you grew up in
Argentina.
What was that like?
Poor.
Yeah, I've been there before. I was there on a rugby tour when I was 16, and I saw there are some affluent areas, but the majority of it is not.
Yeah, so grew up in a rural town. I think like 15,000 people. Parents, normal, regular people. Never had a ton, but never like was lacking things. But the framework in South America is very much like family driven. It's kind of like the Middle East. So it's all about family. It's all about, your circle. In the West, like North America, it's very much like, oh, fuck your family, kind of do whatever you want. I don't know how it is in the UK, but in South America, it's very much like family and loyalty. But at the age of 16, I looked at what my parents were doing, working regular jobs, and I was like, I don't want to do this. My brother was working in a gas station. I was working in a hotel, like mopping floors. That was my job. Like, that's what I was doing. I was like, I cannot do this. And through a family member, I actually got a flight for free, sitting where the flight attendants sit. And that was my flight to America, right? So I didn't get a coach. I didn't sit like whatever it is where people sit. I sat where the flight attendants sit. And I was like, at the age of 16 with $200 in a suitcase that my parents gave me, I went to America and started working pressure washing basketball courts, got gigs cleaning toilets, worked at a Buffalo Wild Wings, flipping the wings in the back. And eventually, I think it was part of the self-realization, I always knew that there was more. So I was always studying. I was always about self-education. I was always reading. And at the age of, I think 19 or 20, maybe a little more, 21, I was doing side gigs. I eventually got introduced with e-commerce and crypto through a series of friends and events, and it kind of panned out.
Yeah, I've done a bit of research. You made quite a bit of money off crypto.
Yes, a lot.
And some other investments as well.
Yes.
So you're good. Would you say that was more luck or like a well executed and planned action?
I think it's a combination of both. This idea of luck can only be perceived as a person that may not have the right information, right? So yeah, I maybe got introduced to the word Bitcoin when Bitcoin was $600. That was lucky, but actualizing and taking action on what I did with that information wasn't luck. So I started studying, researching, buying books on the stock market, buying books on finance, understanding what was this ecosystem, investing money into it. I remember, dude. So in the United States, when you're buying at a restaurant and you get a waiter, you get cash tips, right? So if somebody buys a meal, they have like 10, 15, 20% tip for the waiter. Usually that tip isn't cash, right? That's how it works. Yeah. You get to take that home every single day. You don't have to wait for like a paycheck at the end of the month. That's the cool thing about waiting tables. I never worked a job where I got paid a salary. I was always like, I got to hunt, kill, and whatever I make that day, that's what I have. So I would take that cash, I would go to the ATM, and you get basically your direct cash deposit. So it shows up in your bank account that same day. And I would go to an exchange called Bitstamp, which is an OG exchange. And I would go that same day and buy crypto, right? That's what I do.
What year was this?
2015.
Wow.
Yeah. Long time ago.
So you were living a very humble lifestyle, and you weren't.
I was sleeping on my brother's couch, paying him $200 a month to sleep on his couch.
Damn.
Yeah, brother.
That's smart.